Megan, hey, congratulations on your new series, Side Quest.
Well, thank you so much. We're really excited for people to see it.
Now, as if you don't have enough to do with Mythic Quest, where did Side Quest, how did Side Quest came about?
Well, Side Quest started because Apple actually came to us with the interest in spinning off the show somehow. Obviously, Rob, David, and I were so busy with making MQ proper. We were writing season three at the time. But we were trying to come up with our standalone episode of the season that we've done every year, a special episode which kind of takes place outside of our immediate Mythic Quest universe, but deals with themes of the season as a whole. And we came up with like three or four really great ones with the writers, and we kind of were having a problem deciding between them. So we thought, oh well, this must be the spinoff of the show, is these standalone episodes that everybody loves. There's more space and time to tell them in side quests than there is in Mythic Quest. So thankfully, we have three super talented writers on our staff that had been with the show since the beginning: John Harris, Katie McElhenney, and Ashley Birch. And so they were ready by that point to run their own show, to run their own rooms. And so they took over Side Quest. That was their baby. They show ran it. And we did a very minor supervision, but they really, I'm so proud of them because they really smashed it.
What are the common themes that you always look for when you come up with offshoots for Mythic Quest?
Do you mean for the standalone episodes?
Yes.
Usually we start by looking at a segment of the video game world, which we haven't had time to explore yet, be that player experience, be that, like the music of the show, of the video games, be that maybe like an artistic director's experience on the show, which we don't feature very often. You see flashes of what maybe minor characters might be going through. So we try to look for something that we haven't quite delved into yet. When we write the standalones for Mythic Quest, we always think about like the themes of the season, and we try to write something that represents those themes, but in a different way. I think with Side Quest, we were a little more open. We didn't have to follow any theme. It was just what is a part of the video game world that we haven't yet commented on, or even just gamer culture in general. And I think it all starts from a perspective of like talking about passionate characters and their passion for video games, and whether that is a happy thing for them, or sometimes whether that leads them to a bit of drama.
Now, Mythic Quest has always been sort of a contained world and an easy production because you don't have to move about. But this seems to be a more expanded world, more of an expanded production with a little bit of complications of set designs and extras. Can you talk about those challenges to accomplish these side quest challenges?
Yeah, well, it's hugely complicated because, as you say, there's no standing sets that we return to week after week. On top of that, from a writing perspective, there's not even standing characters that you get to come back to week every week. Essentially, Katie, John, and Ashley gave themselves a very difficult task of writing a new pilot every week. It was four pilots that they had to write for four new shows, essentially. So it was a really gargantuan task. The thing that is a benefit of doing that is that you don't have to think of, say, a season arc that a character will cross through the whole season, and we'll be seeing snippets of it all along the way. You get to tell a story and resolve it in 30 minutes. So there's pluses and minuses to doing it both way, but yeah, sure, it's probably more expensive to shoot locations, but I think they thought they had made smart choices producerially, because they had episodes like the pull list, which was a bottle episode that all took place in one comic book shop. So you can save a bit of money on that episode, which maybe you spend on an episode about a touring orchestra performer.
So true, so true. And Megan, let me wrap it with one last thing because you say they're standalone episodes, so that's indicate as one-offs that we never revisit. Is that a solid thing? Like maybe sometimes you'd be like, you know what, I do actually love this mini world and we should revisit, or I love this character, maybe we should actually do a crossover someday.
Yeah, I think there are no hard and fast rules. I think that it's, you know, Ashley and John and Katie started out intending to do one-off episodes, but it's their show. If they decide that they want to revisit those characters, they're more than happy to do that. We broke the molds first with Mythic Quest by having we did our first standalone episode of none of the main cast, and then we did a flashback backstory episode in the second one, which was like an entirely different way of approaching that episode. So yeah, no rules. I think it's all expanding the Mythic Quest universe. So there's a possibility that in Mythic Quest we go into side quests and steal some of their lunch and and have it for us.
Well, just like the real world, these video games come and steal our lunch too. So,
Absolutely.
Megan, thank you very much for speaking to us about side quests. It's really appreciative.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.